Capitalism, big sigh. Capitalism is the most efficient economic system humans have made to date, and it really involves the pursuit of maximizing profits through private ownership of assets as well. But it has a lot of ills. We see those ills: rampant homelessness, lack of affordable housing, lack of available housing. Some of our biggest cities, biggest homeless encampments, we see every time we go downtown. And so we also see many of the ills on the environment. We know that Adam Sinclair wrote about this pretty eloquently in the book The Jungle, and how industry can destroy the environment. I see this every day. My insurance company picks up garbage. Makes a lot of sense, right? But we do this because we know that most people feel left behind because of capitalism. The 1% really feel like they're being kind of trampling over the 99, and there's a big inequality. And so we know wholesale there has been steps by the government to try to fix these ills. The EPA, the SEC, the FCC, all the three-letter alphabet soup agencies, and legislation as well, to try to fix these problems. And in fact, the legislation, the regulation, inhibits actual profit maximization. So it becomes a self-eating snake. The behavior itself leads to regulation. Regulation inhibits the behavior. Capitalism is not sustaining itself. Now, people say small business is the backbone of America. Any politician will definitely say that. I tend to agree, but nobody wants to be a small business. We all want to be a larger business at some point. Most businesses that are small businesses, about 90% of them here in Maryland, about 16,000 a year, go bankrupt. So it's the small businesses that are actually losing. How do we become one of these big businesses? How do we become synonymous? These are brands. Building brand is the way we do that. Edgar Dale, a famous psychologist, kind of talked about how you make lasting impact in people's memories. And a part of his experience pyramid was audio, visual, instruction. And we know that social media is filled with audio and visual instruction, right? Also news, also gossip, also apparently the potential to sway elections. Very powerful platforms, and they kind of satisfy all of the senses. We also know that they have built billion-dollar businesses. We see the Paul Brothers crime, Mr. Beast burgers. I don't know how good they taste, but he's making money. And it's all because he was on social media. And in fact, we all have the ability here in our pockets, these little supercomputers, these little super cameras, sometimes 2. I've seen some with 3. And that is going to be our own avenue of small business owners, how to get to that brand. Now, how do you brand? What is important to a brand? Black Rifle Coffee Company said veteran support is important to us. Walmart, most people think they exploit, but in fact, Walmart gives more to charity than Black Rifle Coffee Company. Geico is one of the top charitable contributing companies in Maryland, more so than an actual charitable trust. Yet nobody knows because Geico doesn't talk about it. They don't market it. And so that would be kind of important if you wanted to consider them for your business. My call to action is for you to choose your cause as a smaller business owner. Choose your cause. World hunger, solving the income inequality gap, whatever that may be. Choose that cause to build your business on, and then act. Don't just donate to some of these charities out here. Not saying charities are bad, but acting on it yourself does several things. It's actually the most efficient way to do it, and we know this because every year we hear of the lawsuits, we hear of the misappropriations of millions by some of the charities, and it actually ends up only being a small fraction of the money you thought you were giving towards solving that ill that actually gets done. It's more efficient when you do it, and when you do it and you document it. Documenting it shows the public that not only does this company, this small business owner care and they associate with that problem, but there's evidence that it works. There's evidence that you can build a business off the back of a charity, and that will attract people. People will flock. People want to be a part of the solution. And when you start to take up market power, that market share, your competitors will feel the squeeze. And guess what they'll have to do? They'll have to start doing charitable action based on their business. Eventually, we're all feeling the greater good. It's my fear that if we don't have businesses start to turn towards this way of choosing charitable action on the basis of their business, we'll see capitalism go away, either by the government or by the people themselves. And I'd hate to see that.